back in the studio garage, and I want you guys to kind of look at what I'm doing here and stuff, and see that on this board here, on the Amplid data, I'm setting on top of a Nidecker binding, which is step in, step out. Why? Because in 5 more days, I officially turn 79, and after that, I'm going on 80, although I'm not there yet. And I thought, well, I'll try the step-in systems and see what happens with that and how I like it. So setting this binding up, I found out a few things. First off, I wear a size 12 boot, so I needed to buy an extra large setup. Why I needed to get extra large on the binding? On the large binding, this section right in here would not allow the toe strap to go forward enough to catch my boot. So it was staying up on top of the boot with a large binding. It fit across the board and everything, but this part wouldn't toe cup me. So I had to get an extra large setup. Still lock on, and push the lock up and slide it up the strap. So that was the part there I wasn't getting, because I was looking to slide it up the strap from here, but it's not. I push down on this and then push on this and slide my strap. This piece right in here is a nice piece that helps to bring it across the forefoot of your boot. But when setting it up, make this piece longer than you need to have to actually strap down, because otherwise you'll have a hard time getting the boot through. Okay, another thing that I did was I took the disc out of both bindings, and I put the disc on the board first. So now that I've taken the footbed toe piece out, you can see the binding on the front there, and you can see where I'm at. And again, it goes to the same way in order to get it at the end of this, because I wanted to get a 21.5 split between the 2 feet in stance distance there. Turning it back on there, you can see my tape measure on the dot on the forward binding. Rolling it down here, I've got a 21.5 there. So I know that by using the holes that I used and the spacing that I'm using, I'm getting the stance width that I want. So that's the important part. So to get into the binding, basically the system works that when you step down with your boot to the heel of that, you notice this part went back. To come out, you would simply pull the foot back and lift up, which opens it up I don't like it in this position. So once I'm out or whatever on my rear binding, I would be taking the rear binding and putting it down and putting this down to here, which would keep it from laying back in my way on the rear binding. Also on this binding here, come around this way, you'll notice 2 things. Stop there. The distance on my heel from here to the closest part of the binding is there. You'll notice that closeness is basically the same on my toe side as you come over this way. You'll see the spacing is similar. Now I'm a little bit heavier on the heel side of the bit up, and we'll come over. So to get in, if I had my boot on, it would be a lot easier. I also want, and you can be at the front there. Yeah. I also want these straps to be equal across the front of my boot from side to side. I don't want one offset like this way down on here, because it isn't going to pull me in straight. So I want a good insert there. You can see my toe sliding under there a little bit, and we come in here, and the back of the boot will hit the roller. With my foot on, it's a lot easier. We'll hit the roller. It will step down. You'll hear that double click. That double click has now got me in there. And you can see side to side, I have a little bit of wiggle. I have a little bit of room here. I'm going to leave them a little bit looser as the season starts until I get used to going in and out. Then I will continue to fine tune them. Your fine tuning comes on this side of the binding. Notice that this is a little loose here, but I don't care, because the important part is that I get a good pull on the toe and that I get a nice seal on the heel. So looking back at that, from here to there. You can see that it's set up pretty well. Plus coming over here, you can see I have a very nice contact with the Highback. Now, Highback, this is a very cool part of Nidecker. Is the red light on?
Yep.
Cool. So what's happening here, if you look at the Highbacks on both boots, you'll see that the Nidecker Highback actually comes up slightly higher on the boot than did my Ride C8s. The other thing you'll notice here that's interesting is, notice where the heel cup is on this one and where it is on the Ride. On the Ride heel cup, it's much lower, therefore my angles coming back are a little lower, but my boot is a little lower. This is a nice roll up right here under the Nidecker, which with this higher binding Highback is going to give me a little bit better leverage than this Highback does.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get some performance difference out of this system also. So anyhow, that's another feature that I did not consider when looking at it, but it's very obvious to me now. And I'll be able to let you guys know how beneficial that is.